Hi, I'm Christina Sandefur, Executive Vice President of the Goldwater Institute.
And I'm VanDerHeyden, Municipal Affairs Liaison here with the Goldwater Institute.
And today we're going to talk about public records requests. So, Austin, what is a public records request and why is it so important?
Well, public records are a fantastic way to gain knowledge on how your tax dollars are being spent. Whether it's finding out what's being taught to your kids in school or figuring out how your city is developing in certain areas in your city, it's a fantastic way to be able to hold your government accountable and make sure everyone has access to their local government.
Well, I understand why we might want public records. There's a lot of information out there, but how do I know whether something is a public record or not? How do I know whether I, as a parent or a taxpayer, am actually entitled to that information?
Yeah, best way to go about it is just to ask. So you should reach out to your city clerk or your records custodian, whoever's in charge of those public records, and just simply ask. If what you're looking for is a public record, then you can proceed as planned. If it's not, whether it's confidential information or not, you could also just reach out and say, okay, what's the next best thing that I can find that would also help me kind of achieve the goal of my public record.
That's interesting. So this should be kind of a conversational thing. You know, sometimes I think we think of public records requests as being so formal or even adversarial. It's good to know that we can start things out just by kind of having a conversation.
Absolutely.
So along those lines, let's say I find out that what I want is a public record. Now I need to ask for specific information in a request. How specific do I need to be? Can I be really broad in general? How do I go about making sure I'm asking with the right amount of specificity?
I would recommend being as specific as possible. So if you know exactly what you're looking for, I would cite that specific information. So an example of this could be, I'm looking for the specific lesson plan used on December 1st, 2022 from Mrs. Jones' 5th grade history class. I'd be that specific. If you don't know what you're looking for and you're just trying to kind of figure out, hey, what are my kids being taught in school?
Yeah.
A really good thing to do then would be start small and then go broader. And you can always ask for more information later. That's a really good rule of thumb, is start small and then build as you go. So an example of that could be, give me every lesson plan from Mrs. Jones' 5th grade history class from December 1st, 2020 to present. And again, start small, build out. That's kind of the rule of thumb here.
Yeah, that makes sense. And you mentioned a time frame, so it's good to have a time frame in there so that I'm not just asking for every lesson plan Mrs. Jones has ever had, right? Yep. Okay, that's helpful. So I've done a little bit of Googling about public records requests, and sometimes I see school districts or cities will have these online portals, and they'll say, oh, you can submit your public records request through the online portal. So if I go and fill out their online form, is that enough? Or is there something else I'm supposed to do?
Yes and no. I would always fill the public portal out. I would submit it that way, but then I would also follow up, whether again it's the city clerk or the school records custodian, I would follow up with a PDF version of it, make sure it's in writing. That's always kind of another rule of thumb, is make sure that there's multiple ways, if possible, for you to submit the public record request. I would do that. So I would do both the online portal and then follow up via email with the PDF of your initial request.
So we talked a little bit about, having a conversation, being friendly, being specific. Let's say I do all the things that you recommended, and I know I'm supposed to be getting this information, but yet the city or the school district just stonewalls me. They say, nope, we're not going to give you that information, or they just flat out ignore my requests and don't even respond to me. So, okay, what do I do at that point?
Well, honestly, 99% of the time when it comes to you not receiving a records request, whether it's, in a timely fashion or as quickly as you would like, a simple reminder will suffice. So, these public records custodians or these city clerks, they're human. They might forget the email, they might forget to respond. So a simple email or phone call to them to kind of remind them, will most of the time fix the problem. If you do that and you still don't get what you're looking for, that's when it might be time to seek a lawyer and seek professional, guidance on this. And a really great resource that the Goldwater Institute has is our American Freedom Network, which is a group of pro bono lawyers all across the country who are specifically are there to help you, when it comes to seeking the information that you need from your government. So that's kind of the best route to go there.
That's great. And if you want to learn more information about public records requests, you can go to Goldwater Institute's website, openmygovernment.org. Thank you.